Someone said, "We are met to get sat of some of these fellows." Another answered, "Let them die in their garters." Another said, "Send them to the tower." Another said, "Wait only 2 years." Standing armies loudly condemned. A man named Riley made a motion that 100 copies of Cobbett's Register be purchased every week. It was carried by a show of hands. On a vote of thanks to the chairman, Scott responded with a song. He said it was the same that he was singing when the ruffians broke in at the Three Crowns about 18 years ago. "Millions, be free." Loud applause. He sang a revolutionary song. By the end of 1816, more than 30 Hampden clubs were claimed in Leicester towns and villages. There is some suggestion that the spread of the clubs was coincident with the Framework Knitters Trade Union organization, and more than one alarmed magistrate saw the clubs as an attempt to graft parliamentary reform upon Ludism. The authorities viewed the penetration of political radicalism into the villages with the greatest anxiety, alleging that the stockingers were solely impressed with the belief that revolution was the object and were no further interested than to hold themselves in readiness to fight when necessary. The immediate cessation of overt activity by the Leicester Hampton clubs on the suspension of habeas corpus was interpreted by the same authorities, with good reason, as evidence that the reformers had retreated into secret forms of organization for which the experiences of Ludism had prepared them. In Lancashire, the picture is somewhat similar. Manchester was the great reform metropolis, although other centres, Oldham, Stockport, Bolton, Rochdale, were large enough to provide alternative models and to steady the movement when the Manchester reformers buried themselves in quarrels.